Hi, so my name is Weedy Jang and I'm the founder of solarfees.com, a solar equipment marketplace. And recently I just moved to China because that's the center of the gravity in terms of solar supply chain. And here I'm kind of witnessing everything firsthand, and I like to talk about something kind of unpleasant and that's the price hike. Yeah, pleasant, just to to say the least. I don't think that's the right word. And just 2 weeks ago, PV Tech released an article and saying, yeah, so the price break through 30 cents per watts barrier, right? And right now it's just gotten worse, and it's way above 30 cents, and the FOB price could reach 36 cents, as you can see here. And by the way, this is a great website info link, and you can see the most up-to-date information about kind of prices, if you care about that. If you are in EPC, then of course you should watch this very carefully. And so why is the increase, right? And so there are many reasons for the increase, and I know you've heard a lot of it, and we're going to talk about that today. And also we are going to talk about its impact, and also how long it might last, and just some of my personal insights. So first of all, the impacts, right? So Rystad Energy has actually released a model, a prediction recently, and the picture is very concerning. So it says most of the 22 solar PV projects risk delay or cancellation due to soaring material shipping costs. Now, I do want to emphasize this press release really emphasize on the utility solar. Okay, so it reads, the surging cost of manufacturing material and shipping could threaten 50 gigawatts, a staggering 56% of the global utility PV development planned for 2022. So this is very serious and very bad news if the price keep climbing. And by the look at it right now, it looks it's not going to drop. And so and by the way, if anyone knows the impact on the residential segment, please comment below under the video. I'd love to read the study on its impact on residential segments. And of course, in the article, it also mentioned the biggest contributor. The first factor for its price increase would be the raw material, right? And second is the logistic, and third one is the power cut in China, or power rationing, however you want to call it. And the fourth reason is less talked about, and it's sort of the byproduct of the third factor. We're going to talk about that later. But anyway, so in terms of the first factor, which is the raw material price increase, and among them, the one sees the biggest increase would be the polysilicon. Of course, you can just tell by this graph. It actually has a 300% hike. So this is a big pressure on the solar manufacturers. And so as a result, you can see that the price it's well over 30 cents, and and this is the prices. It's also impacted by the logistic issue, right? So we all know there's a huge container shortage, and right now the crisis is still going on. So second reason, logistics. And the third reason is the power cut, right? So and right now we are approaching the year end, and lots of provinces in China, in order to hit their carbon emission goal, they had to cut emission, among other reasons, obviously. And but the impact's profound, not just on the solar industry, and so it result in another thing that kind of further increase the price of a module, and that is the domestic demands of module. And you might ask why. Well, so it has to do with local policy. So actually local government will allow the factory to extend their production schedule if they can generate electricity from their PV, from their rooftop solar, or they have or whatever a solar plant that they might have, and so suddenly just the domestic demand, it's skyrocketing. And I talked to some of the suppliers that I know in China, and they are telling me that their business is booming, and suddenly there's just a huge demand, a huge interest installing commercial solar on the factory's rooftop, and there's so much. So some of the factories are in more more rural area, and of course they have tons of empty lands that they can utilize, and so that means more solar module will be used domestically instead of exporting to the overseas. So what does that mean? So that means if the production couldn't keep up, then it's just the price will only go up, even if the logistic issue gets resolved, right? And even if the cost of the raw material flatten, right? So to summarize, just many reasons behind the price increase, and right now, since the reason, it's very it's going to be very hard for the price to go down next year, and so the fourth reason that I was talking about, you can also read this article by PV magazine, with China's double carbon and dual control policy drive demands for solar. So spoiler alert, it will big time. And this will go on for a long time. What that will mean is that the domestic demand will only increase, right? And so even if all the other factors get solved, still the price wouldn't go down much, right? So I I don't think it'll go down by Q2. That's what I'm trying to say. So again, I'm reporting this and sharing this insights from China. And if you want to know about other aspects, or you're interested in other topics in terms of supply chain, leave your comment below, and I'll try to get more information for you. And power on. We'll get through this.